Endurance sports like cycling and the Tour de France are really a challenge for the best of athletes, but that doesn't mean that the determined are not also eligible to compete, even determined with what used to be considered a debilitating disease. INSEAD MBA Kyle Rose falls into that category. The 30-year-old has type 1 diabetes, also known as childhood diabetes. That hasn't stopped him from competing in major cycling events like the Race Across America. That was a 3,000-mile event, which he and his team Type 1, won in 2007 and again this year. And now he's here with his business partner, Phil Southerland. Thanks for being with us, both of you.
Pleasure.
You're both riders.
Formally.
You're running the business now.
Correct.
And you're still riding. How are you going to get this invitation to the Tour de France?
We've really created a brand, Team Type 1, that Phil founded and created in the U.S. And it's been very successful at motivating people and inspiring people with diabetes. And we think that that message is very powerful, and the response we're getting from companies in Europe, like we did in the U.S., is that they're very attracted to this message, and they want to partner with us. And they're going to be able to enable us to reach the amounts of money that we may need to raise in order to participate in these massive kinds of events, as long as we keep producing the same results that we're producing on the bikes.
Was it hard to get people to sponsor you, even drug companies?
Initially it was,
How'd you get over it?
I'm not afraid of the word no. I went to Las Vegas Interbike Trade Show. I talked to 250 different companies, of which 245 said no, or didn't give me an answer at all. 5 said yes. Then I went to different diabetes trade shows, events, just trying to link with the best doctors, the best business people I knew in the area to get me up the totem pole, to get me to the decision makers. And the first goal was the Race Across America, which in 2006 we did in 5 days, 16 hours, 4 minutes. We got second place by 3 minutes. But through the diabetes world, we were then heroes. And from that point on, other companies wanted to get on board and then realized that we are the coolest thing in diabetes, and this disease is growing. And I had some pretty lofty goals, saying that we're going to put a Type 1 in the Tour de France. And everybody knows the Tour de France. There were a lot of doubters out there, but it's always just about networking and trying to provide value to the person who we're asking for sponsorship with. You have to be winning races to get interviews, and so I want guys on my program that are going to help us win, because when we win, that's when the media picks up, and when the media picks up, that's when millions and what will be billions of people will know who we are, our message for check and correct, and then more importantly, who our sponsors are.
Now, are all of the people on the team Type 1 diabetics?
No. We've got 70 athletes total now, 40 with Type 1, 18 with Type 2, which was a huge transition to broadening our horizons and reaching the full market of diabetes, which is going to be 330 million in the next 25 years. That's a big market.
It's an older group, though.
It used to be.
And fatter.
Again, there's typical stereotypes that go with it. Typically older, typically bigger. But I know one doctor who's got 500 15-year-old or younger Type 2 diabetics now. It's moving into the youth. So that's, with our professional team, we've got currently 5. Next year we'll have 6 Type 1s, and the rest don't have diabetes. People say, well, Team Type 1 and they don't have diabetes? Well, Team Type 1's about checking and correcting, about taking control, not just of your diabetes, but of your life.
What is life like for you as a Type 1 diabetic?
There's no vacation from diabetes. It's something you need to think about nonstop. But if you do think about it, and if you do take care of yourself the way you should, then there's no reason that you can't be out on the bike. You can't be out winning races. And that's the message we want to show, whether it's on the bike or doing something else in life. We want to show people that taking care of yourself is what's important. And there's lots of therapies, and whether it's medical devices or insulin, our sponsors are really going to help us be able to speak to that in particular. A lot of my classmates, certainly over the period of 6 months, have learned about my involvement in Team Type 1 and my history in the diabetes industry, as well as what we've been up to as a team on the bike.
Great. Well, Kyle Rose and Phil Southerland, thank you very much for being with us on INSEAD Knowledge.
Thanks for having us.